Jason is in love with Nissan, a local barber on the street. However, as their love grows, Jason discovers she is having an affair with a stranger. Guys, guess what happened? You will be shocked to find out the truth. Before we proceed, kindly subscribe to this channel to get more of our latest Nollywood movies. The movie begins with Nissan, a hairstylist and skilled barber, answering a phone call from a customer. Suddenly, a handsome man named Jason, walking in the opposite direction, accidentally bumps into her. Feeling upset, Nissan yells at him and insults him, but Jason quietly walks away without saying anything. Later, Jason enters a barbershop and requests a haircut. The lady inside rushes out to call Nissan. When Nissan sees Jason, she nonchalantly and rudely asks if he is ready for a haircut. Despite feeling displeased, Jason sits down and Nissan begins cutting his hair. Once she finishes, Nissan exaggerates the cost of the haircut, assuming Jason can't afford it. To her surprise, he throws a wad of cash at her and leaves. Shocked, Nissan runs after him, insisting that the money is too much and trying to return it. However, Jason gets into his car and drives off, telling her to find his name on the license plate. Back at the salon, Nissan exaggerates to her staff about the money, insinuating that it might not be from a trusted source. She decides to keep it, but not spend it. Later that day, Jason shares with his friend how annoying and disrespectful Nissan was, but admits he finds her fascinating. His friend encourages him to meet her again. The next day, while Jason and his friend are in the car, they see Nissan helping a blind man cross the road. Both are impressed by her kindness. The following day, Nissan is talking with her staff when Jason's friend enters, requesting a haircut. Surprisingly, Nissan treats him kindly, leading him to change his perspective on Jason's claims of her rudeness. That same day, Jason's friend shares his positive experience with Nissan, but Jason is skeptical. The next day, Jason sees Nissan playing with children on the street and supporting them. Touched by her kindness, Jason shares his changing perspective with his friend. The following week, Jason approaches Nissan at her shop. Although resistant at first, she hesitates and eventually sits down with him. He proposes a date, and despite her skepticism, she agrees after his persistence. That evening, they meet for dinner. Jason orders delicious food for her. Though Nissan behaves awkwardly, Jason enjoys her company, and they have a great time. When Nissan gets home, she excitedly tells her friend about the date, sharing every detail. Later, Jason calls Nissan, and they chat. Nissan is thrilled. The next day, Jason confesses his feelings for Nissan to his friend, who teases him. They laugh and bond over it. The following day, Jason, dressed in a red suit, visits Nissan's shop. Surprised, she initially refuses his invitation to visit his house. That night, Nissan's friend persuades her to accept the invitation. The next morning, Nissan calls Jason, agreeing to visit. When she arrives at his house, she is amazed by its beauty. Jason gives her a tour and uses a remote to open the curtains. Nervous, Nissan assumes he is up to something sinister, thinking he wants to use her for money rituals. Jason laughs and explains it's just a remote-controlled curtain, teasing her gently. They eat together and enjoy each other's company. Later, they spent some romantic moments together, and Jason escorted Nissan to a room where she rested peacefully. The next morning, Nissan woke up feeling disoriented and asked Jason how she ended up there. Concerned, he calmly reassured her, explaining everything and clarifying that he respected her boundaries at all times. She felt relieved after hearing his explanation. The following week, as their relationship blossomed, Jason's mother made an unexpected visit. Jason and Nissan greeted her warmly, but she seemed unimpressed by Nissan's demeanor and sense of humor. That same day, Jason's mother had a private conversation with him, expressing her disapproval of Nissan, citing her background. She insisted Jason marry someone of similar social status and made it clear that she wouldn't accept Nissan. However, Jason stood his ground and his mother left disappointed. Later, Jason reminisced about the wonderful moments he had shared with Nissan. Feeling sentimental, he called her and invited her to dinner. Nissan, excited, opened a thoughtful gift Jason had sent her. As she admired it with her friend, an unexpected visitor arrived, rudely addressing Nissan and causing a brief confrontation before leaving. That evening, Jason confided in his friend about his feelings for Nissan. His friend listened and teased him, lightening the mood. That night, Jason and Nissan dined at an elegant restaurant. Nissan wore a stunning gown and a stylish wig. Jason ordered a special meal with love written on it, hoping to express his feelings subtly. However, Nissan, being straightforward, missed the message, which made Jason a bit uneasy. Eventually, he openly shared his love for her. Though Nissan hesitated, feeling unworthy, Jason reassured her of his genuine love, and she accepted his feelings, agreeing to be his girlfriend. The next day, Jason convinced his mother to give Nissan a chance. Although hesitant, she agreed after Jason passionately expressed his love for her. That evening, Jason and Nissan enjoyed a romantic dinner by the beach, sharing laughter and toasting with wine in a serene atmosphere. The following day, Jason's mother spent time with Nissan, getting to know her better. During their conversation, she tested Nissan by offering her a large sum of money, a car, a barbershop, and other benefits, on the condition that she leave Jason. Nissan, however, firmly refused, expressing her sincere love for him. Jason entered the room just in time to hear this, and his mother, impressed by Nissan's integrity, acknowledged her as a good person. They reconciled and moved forward together. That evening, a stranger attempted to cause trouble at Nissan's home, but she and her friend defended themselves and successfully resolved the situation. The next day, Jason and Nissan spent time together in the living room, sharing laughter and sweet moments. As Nissan returned home, she felt overjoyed, reflecting on their time together. Later, she received a thoughtful gift from Jason, which made her smile. The following morning, the same stranger returned, attempting to force his way into Nissan's home. Jason arrived during the commotion and, misunderstanding the situation, believed something inappropriate was happening. Angrily, he left without hearing Nissan's side. Devastated, Nissan chased after him, pleading, but Jason drove away. That night, Nissan's friend comforted her as she cried. Determined to clear things up, Nissan went to Jason's house and pleaded for him to listen. He initially refused to open the door, but the next morning, Jason's friend found Nissan outside. She explained the misunderstanding, and Jason, realizing his mistake, apologized sincerely. They reconciled and moved forward. Later, Jason planned a romantic proposal on a beautifully decorated beach. In the glow of the magical atmosphere, he asked Nissan to marry him, and she joyfully accepted. This movie reminds us that unexpected challenges will arise, but it's essential to communicate, understand, and approach situations with logic and compassion instead of jumping to conclusions. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this captivating Nigerian movie, please leave a comment below and subscribe channel for more Nollywood films. See you in our next movie.